Hi, tonight's video is going to be about a tweet Donald Trump made a little bit earlier about shutting down the government for the wall. I found this to be fantastic news. It's what Donald Trump ran on, the wall, a very important thing that America needs. Now, of course, the Democrats are very much against it. But the core, the people that voted for him, they remember this promise, and they won't forget it. He's sticking to his promises, which is very good. Now, think about it. Donald Trump was right when he said Mexico is not sending their best. Now, it's not just Mexico either. Guatemala, other countries southern of our border. So people shouldn't just be picking on the Mexicans. But that's, the main reason for the wall. The gangs such as MS-13, children being killed, all the drugs, and basically just all the evils from Mexico. The good citizens of Mexico, of course, if they have a good life there, they're not coming here. It's something to think about right there. Now, as far as I'm concerned, all immigration should be stopped. I hope this is soon going to be reality, because think about it. Immigration hurts our economy in so many ways. The wall would pay for itself. Some people say 10 years. I say way before that. If everything comes into play, I think it could pay for itself in a couple of years. But a lot of economists say it would take 10 years. But still, I don't think they have everything in mind. I don't know if they really have education, the savings we have on education from the wall. Because the way I look at it, in 2 years, when towns are the ones that pay for their education. And if you think about it, if a good example would be Texas. I've said this in a previous video before. They spend some of the highest amounts on education, yet per student is one of the lowest. So if Texas education would be much better if it wasn't for the immigrants. And also they wouldn't need to spend as much either, because the taxes would be lower. And also there's food stamps, jobs. Now, the way I look at it is, if somebody's born in Mexico, that means they're going to live their whole life in Mexico. Someone's born in America, they spend their life living in America. It's okay to travel, vacation, but you don't need to move in for put your burdens on another country. And also, this is something I disagreed with Trump. He says we should pick and choose. I'm fair with this. If we're not taking in the degenerates from another nation, we shouldn't be taking their best. Their best belong in a country. We don't want all our professors and scientists and such engineers going to live in another country any more than they do. No, that's not it either. Besides immigration, think about the identity of our country. Some people say this is racist, but I believe America was pretty much set with European Americans, and that's the identity of America. Mexicans should live in Mexico, Americans live in America. Somalians should live in Somalia. And they obviously do need aid, but aid isn't something that the government should be doing either. Aid is something that individuals, wealthy people, can decide for themselves whether or not they want to use some of their hard-earned money, or whatever way they may have acquired the money, to go to another country. I think first, though, America should be taken care of. America first. Another great line from our Commander-in-Chief. There's other things, too, that besides that little phrase, if somebody's having a baby, abortion should not be an answer. If someone's pregnant, it means they're going to have a baby. If someone's born in a country, it means that's where they're going to live and stay. Now, here's a little thing. Immigration is basically New World Order. It's a big part of it's globalization. And globalization is code for New World Order. Now, like I said, the wall is what Trump ran on. That's just a small part of it. Immigration, DACA. If you have a wall and your policies allow immigrants to come over, the wall is no good. It's useless. Our policies need to be fixed. Now, this is where Donald Trump is probably going to have to make, if he shuts down the government, that'll be temporarily, but an agreement made for when it to be opened back up will probably have to do with DACA. We're going to have to compromise and allow some of these illegals to stay, and that's how it'll be done. But then we can set in policies that'll stop this. And now this is why, of course, the Democrats they're protesting against ICE. I think with the wall, we won't need as much border control, and we could spend that money more wisely on ICE agents. That would be great. We need to protect our identity of our country. America was made by European Americans. It shouldn't be a Zionist occupied government. Now, if people aren't familiar with the term Zog, they should Google it. Zionist occupied government. They're the true people running our policies. They're very much against the wall. Now, people say Donald Trump has many Jewish people in his cabinet, which he does. But the Jewish people, if people know a little bit about this, studied it, they know that they like to take both sides. They like to have people from their own groups as Republicans, Democrats, not so much independent. But it's been a long history of Jewish people occupying our government. That's why I'm very much against that Kushner. I don't trust him at all. I wish Donald Trump would get rid of him. But of course, he is married to his daughter, and I don't know if there's a whole lot he can do about it. But he doesn't need to have him. His security clearance being taken away is a good idea. I hope that happens. But there's a few other things in the news today. I heard some bad news along with all that great news on the wall. Ginsburg of the Supreme Court announced there's nothing for liberals to worry about. She plans on being part of the Supreme Court for at least another 5 years. Wow. There's a very good example of the ZOG, Zionist-occupied government. Now, I guess that's about it for right now. Just want to let you know about this great news. It looks like we're going to get our wall. Until next time, this is Brett Douglas. Please give me a thumbs up and subscribe. Thank you.